The best debate, Gremlins versus Critters. Today I'll figure out who will win, Gremlins or Critters. You'll get a following animation after both of their analysis, and after the end I will say why lost. The Critters are fuzzballs that are cute, but they can kill. They are from outer space, and they terrorize multiple families. They can shoot out venomous spines from their back, and they can practically almost eat everything. Some with a high IQ and some with a low IQ. They have another form called that, or they have another form technically that isn't even a form. But the female ones for some reason are good, and for some reason the female ones are the critters that are white are the good critters, and the critters that are black are bad critters. Well, that sounds horrible out of context. They killed 2 people in the first film and 6 people in the second film, and they killed 3 people in the third film. Not coincidence. They killed 5 people in the fourth film, and they killed 27 people in the 5th film. Not sure about the web series. In total, that is 43. The Critters' best ability is their ability to round up in a ball and run over anything and murder it in seconds. Unless it was a fucking firecracker. A huge ass one. The critter ball can survive fire and can survive fire, and they are born gruesome, and there's even little teeny critter balls, and they can just roll up in a ball solo with nobody else. And yeah, their IQ really depends. Some don't think weapons can kill them easily, and some are actually smart. They could operate spaceships and eat almost everything, but I think I already said that. They can, not fully destroy a car, but they can destroy a house with their spaceship that shoots a beam of light. In this fight, we will be including the 2020 Critters, the 2019 Critters film, only because we're going to go all out Critter. Now, the Critters' weaknesses are just one thing. There are actually a lot more things. Guns, high-pitched noises, and having a low and some of them having a low IQ. Like the time a critter thought a weapon could not kill him, and the time where a critter ate a firecracker. They can smell anything from just miles, like cheeseburgers, and could grow up to any size, really. And can survive being smothered, drowned in water, toilet water, especially. Enough of that. Now it's time for the Gremlins. The classic 3 rules. Never get them wet, never feed them after midnight, and never put them in sunlight. Now we'll be focusing on once they eat after midnight. Easily. After a gremlin eats after midnight, a mogwai eats after midnight, they turn evil. And yes, after a gremlin a mogwai is multiplied by gizmo, they're gonna be mean. But once they're a gremlin, then they're gonna be creepy as hell. They can reprogram cars to fail. They basically know about almost everything after they're born. They know how to use guns with no training. If they see something happens in pop culture, they already know what to do. And they only do that in the first film too. In their second film, Gremlins: A New Batch, they have different forms like electric gremlin, spider gremlin, bat gremlin, in literal demolition gremlins. Gremlins know how they do demolition already. And again, we never see the Gremlins get any training, and especially since Gremlins and Gremlins 2 all only happened in one day, not like not multiple days or weeks or months. Just one day of them doing that. They're already quite gruesome once they're born. Not Gizmo though. So yeah. So they already know how to do that. They have sharp claws. They can almost eat like everything. But I said almost because they can't eat metal. But they eat fast. But they eat like in 1 second. Like they eat stuff in 1 second. Proven with Daffy. They have strength to knock out a grown ass man. That's not a joke. And have a big and good durability and can pop out of hard, heavy technology and have durability of flying out of windows and not dying. There's also Brain Gremlin, the most intelligent gremlin, and Civil Gremlin. Gremlins basically know how to do something if they see it with no training, almost, I think. Their only weakness is being in sunlight. If they are in any sunlight, they will melt to death. Also, they can multiply quite fast. For some reason, it's painful for Mogwai, and for some reason, it isn't painful for Gremlins. So they produce asexually. This is also just basically the movie Gremlins. For the game, they're even stronger. They could pop out of boxes and literally murder you with them. Like, they could pop out of boxes, too. Like, and if they, like, get pushed back, the box will explode, killing you and the gremlin. Their IQ also depends. Speed also depends. Actually, they have more speed. They have more speed as a regular gremlin does. And they have forms. Bat gremlin, I think I already said that already. And their most powerful form is electric gremlin, as it murdered over 400 gremlins. 400. Okay, now on to the fight. There will be no prep time. Let the battle begin. What the fuck is that?
To a possible sequel.
Did the critter secure enough kills to fill the...
What?
They couldn't have made this a whole day. Gremlins won. And before you start commenting that I'm wrong and I should go kill myself, here is why Gremlins win. Now, Gremlins win simply because even if the critters use their spaceship to blast the Gremlins, it wouldn't work because the Gremlins can just program their machine to fail and blow up, like what they did with the grandma person in the first film, and what they did with the cops in their car. Also critters and gremlins both die from guns, but gremlins actually know how to use guns without murdering themselves. Not to mention, this was a close fight, and I used to think critters would win. But remembering that electric gremlin can literally fry the critters and make them into this, you know the gremlins would win. Because they could just fry the critters with the electric gremlin, their guns, and strength would help them. Critters are way more deadlier, believe me. And probably with more IQ. But just because of the IQ, that wouldn't mean like strength and like a bunch of more. That would not work. This would be a close fight, but ultimately gremlins would win. A 1v1 between a gremlin and a critter, the gremlin would win with the gun. With no weapons, gremlins would still win because of bigger strength. And even if the critters got even more bigger, the gremlins can literally use electric plus spider gremlin. Plus, if the critters even try to get even more bigger with like another food, the gremlins can just steal the food and eat it faster because gremlins eat a lot faster than critters. Speaking of that, the spider gremlin wins against a giant critter only because of like the pointy part that and like webbing him. That would still be close. And also, Gizmo beats Bianca because we barely even see Bianca do anything in Critter's attack. And Gizmo can turn into Rambo thing or the Rambo Gizmo and like shoot her with the fire and stuff. Ultimately, gremlins win against critters. So it looks like the gremlins ate them after midnight. And even if the critters ate their limbs, it's not like a gunshot to the head could have not killed the critters. Not to mention gremlins have hammers that blow things and a lot of more gadgets in the games. The winners are the gremlins. On the next episode of the Versus Experience,